We open in Spain, where we meet Laura, a woman returning to a very special place from her past, the orphanage where she grew up as a child. She's not alone, though. She's brought her husband, Carlos, and their adorable 7-year-old son, Simon. The building looks pretty run down, but Laura has big dreams. She wants to renovate it and reopen it as a home for children with disabilities. It's a beautiful idea, turning her childhood home into a place of hope for other kids. However, things start to get weird almost immediately. Simon begins talking about an imaginary friend named Tomas. At first, Laura and Carlos think it's just standard kid stuff. Kids have imaginary friends all the time. But then Simon draws a picture of Tomas, and it's unsettling. The drawing shows a child wearing a sack over his head, like a mask. That's not your typical imaginary friend. Enter Benigna, a social worker who shows up unexpectedly at the orphanage. She tells Laura that she has Simon's adoption file with her. Now, this is clearly a sensitive topic, and Laura is not happy about this intrusion into their private family business. She gets angry and sends Benigna away. Laura doesn't want anyone messing with her family or bringing up adoption issues uninvited. That same night, things get even stranger. Laura catches Benigna snooping around in their garden shed. What is this woman doing back here? Before Laura can confront her and get answers, Benigna manages to escape into the darkness. Super creepy, right? Meanwhile, Simon teaches Laura a game that he says Tomas showed him. It's like a scavenger hunt where you hide someone's belongings, and they have to find them one by one. The person who finds all their stuff gets to make a wish. Sounds innocent enough. But while playing this game, Laura makes a disturbing discovery. Simon's adoption file has vanished. Laura loses her cool and accuses Simon of taking the file and hiding it as part of the game. But Simon gets really upset and denies it completely. Then he says something that absolutely crushes Laura's heart. He tells her that Tomas revealed 2 terrible things. First, that Laura isn't his real mother, and second, that he's going to die soon. Frustrated and upset, Simon runs off to hide from his mom. The orphanage is hosting a children's party, and it should be a happy occasion, but Laura can't find Simon there. Laura goes searching for him, checking room after room. She opens the bathroom door, and there he is, a boy wearing a sack mask with the name Tomas embroidered on his shirt. Laura tries to approach the masked figure, but the person doesn't want to talk. Instead, the boy traps Laura inside the bathroom. She struggles and finally manages to escape, but now she's in full panic mode. Where is Simon? She searches everywhere, frantically calling his name. She rushes outside. Laura spots what looks like a small figure standing near a cave in the distance. Thinking it might be Simon. In her desperation to reach the figure, she trips and falls hard, injuring herself. But Simon? He's nowhere to be found. He's just gone. At the medical center where Laura is being treated for her injuries, a police psychologist named Pilar sits down with Laura and Carlos. Pilar suggests a theory that makes sense given what they know. Maybe Benigna, that strange social worker, kidnapped Simon. After all, she was acting really suspicious, right? That night, Laura is confined to bed at the orphanage, recovering from her injury. But rest is impossible because she keeps hearing these unexplained banging sounds coming from inside the walls. Knock, knock, knock. Is someone or something trying to communicate? Months pass. We can see the toll this has taken on Laura and Carlos. Their son has been missing for months with no leads. Then one day, they're downtown and spot Benigna pushing a baby carriage. Finally, a chance for answers. Laura calls out to her. But before Benigna can respond, tragedy strikes. A speeding ambulance comes out of nowhere and hits Benigna. She's killed instantly. Laura rushes to the baby carriage, hoping against hope that maybe Simon is inside. But there's no baby. There's only a doll wearing Tomas's creepy sack mask. What does this mean? The police search Benigna's home and discover evidence that she worked at the orphanage many years ago. Pilar shows Laura an old photograph. In it, we see a young Benigna with a child, her son, Tomas. But here's the heartbreaking part. Tomas had facial deformities. which is why he wore the mask. Laura learns the tragic story. The orphanage children, being cruel like kids sometimes are, played a mean trick on Tomas. The prank went horribly wrong, and Tomas died as a result. Laura is desperate now. She's tried everything the usual way, so she turns to the supernatural. She visits a medium named Aurora, hoping for any clue about where Simon might be. The medium tells Laura something chilling. She's close to death herself, and because of this, she has the ability to see and communicate with the dead. Is this a warning or a gift? Carlos can't handle this anymore. The grief, the supernatural stuff, the hopelessness, it's too much. He leaves the orphanage, leaving Laura alone with her desperation and her ghosts. Laura makes an extreme decision. She takes sedatives, deliberately trying to get into a near-death state so she can see what the medium was talking about. As the drugs take effect, something incredible happens. She begins to see ghost children all around her. They're the children from the orphanage's past, and they're trying to show her something. The ghost children lead Laura through the house to a hidden door that she had never known existed. Behind it are stairs leading down to a secret basement room. Laura's heart is pounding as she descends, and there, in the darkness of that hidden room, she finds him, Simon, alive and breathing. Laura wraps Simon in a blanket and holds him tight, overcome with relief and joy. She talks to him softly, telling him to think about the future. Think about what he wants to be when he grows up. Think about next Christmas. Anything to focus on life and the future. As she does this, the ghost children begin to fade away and disappear. But then, Laura notices something terrible. As the ghosts vanish, the basement transforms back to its present-day appearance. The blanket in her arms becomes as light as a feather. She drops it in shock. Simon is gone again. How is this possible? Laura turns around and sees that the stair railing is broken. Her eyes move down to the floor beneath the stairs. There, lying motionless, is the small body of a child wearing Tomas's sack mask. With trembling hands, Laura approaches and slowly removes the mask. The face underneath isn't Tomas. It's Simon, her son, and he's been deceased this whole time. Laura breaks down, crying in agony and grief. The truth crashes over her like a wave. The pieces come together in Laura's mind, and it's the most horrific realization a mother could have. Remember when she was searching for Simon during the party? She had thrown some metal poles into a closet that led to the basement. She didn't know Simon was hiding there. She accidentally trapped her own son inside. That loud crash she heard in the middle of the night, that was Simon falling from the broken stairs, and he was wearing Tomas's mask the whole time. Laura carries Simon's body upstairs to their room. She can't live with this pain. She makes a final, desperate decision. She swallows all of her medication, begging to be reunited with her son. As the pills take effect, Laura makes a wish, the same kind of wish from the game Simon taught her. She wishes to be with him again. And somehow, impossibly, her wish is granted. The ghost children appear once more, and in Laura's arms, Simon comes back to life. However, this isn't the real world. Laura has crossed over to join him on the other side. Outside the orphanage, Carlos stands alone near two fresh gravestones. Both Laura and Simon were found deceased while he was away. He's lost his entire family. Heartbroken, Carlos walks back to their old bedroom one last time. On the floor, Carlos spots a medallion, one he had given to Laura. As he bends down to pick it up, he hears something. The bedroom door is opening. Carlos lifts his head, and a smile spreads across his face. What does he see? The screen cuts to black. The Orphanage is one of those movies that destroys you emotionally, but in the most beautiful way possible. This isn't just a ghost story. It's a story about a mother's love, grief, and the lengths we'll go to for the people we care about most. The film raises some heavy questions. Was everything supernatural, or was some of it in Laura's mind as she processed her grief? Did Carlos see Laura and Simon's spirits at the end, or was it just his own way of finding peace? The movie leaves these questions open for us to interpret. What really gets me is the tragic irony of it all. Laura spent months searching for Simon, unaware that he'd been in the basement the entire time due to her own accidental actions. It's a parent's worst nightmare. Trying to protect your child, but unknowingly causing the tragedy you feared most. The ghost children aren't portrayed as evil or scary. They're just children who never got to grow up, and they're trying to help Laura find peace and join them. There's something oddly beautiful about that. So what did you think of The Orphanage? Do you think the ending was hopeful or heartbreaking? Would you want Carlos to be reunited with his family in the supernatural realm? Or would you rather he move on with his life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your interpretations of these complex endings. If this recap helped you understand or appreciate the film more, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more movie recaps and deep dives. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we cover more international horror gems like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, sometimes the scariest ghost stories are the ones that break your heart. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.